All right, let's start off by saying Barakateh Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Bachakadash. Welcome to another live lesson. The name of this one is What More Proof Do You Need? And pretty much uh, this was one article that was sent to me by the brother Yashalom in the New York camp. And I want to kind of just touch on it real quick. It's very, important pertaining to prophecy. And something else I had just ran across just now that I sent out to a couple of brothers. And the first one I want to touch on is something from the Daily Huddle, HODL. And it's called South American City of 15 million to launch blockchain-based digital identification services. And this is major because, it plays right into prophecy. And that's why the name of the lesson is, what more proof do you need? I'm going to read some of this article. I also have another article also we can get to it. And the other article is from Cryptagon.com, and it says, Putin to stage first nationwide exercise simulating nuclear attack from the West. So everything is, falling into place prophecy-wise, and everything, all the evidence is pointing to the MOTB being, connected to this whole economic thing, dealing with the eventually the micro C-hip. But it says Argentina, back in the article, Argentina's capital city is teaming up with Self-Sovereign Digital Identity (SSI) protocol, Quark ID, to launch a digital identification service that uses the layer 2 blockchain ZK Zinc era. According to a press release, Buenos Aires will roll out the blockchain-based identification initiative for its 15 million residents in October. Sound familiar? There's a lot of stuff going on in October. They have something called the October surprise, and eventually something's going to pop. You keep hearing about wars and rumors of wars, but eventually something's going to pop, because, the Lord said that, we were at the time where all these things would be happening, and we see it happening worldwide. So it's just a matter of time before something just breaks wide open. It says citizens living in the city can download the Quark ID wallet to claim birth and marriage certificates, more documents, including proof of income and academic verification, which will be available by November, right? Which is all tied into the MOTB, which is the micro C-hip. You have everything in there. They want all of your life in there because they want to control everything and everybody. That's why the last part of the word karadma, which goes into the word grapho, is what? Records. Something that is recorded, something that is written down. It says the plan is to initially roll out the service in Buenos Aires and bring it across Argentina, says Diego Fernandez, the city governor's secretary of innovation. It says with this development, Buenos Aires becomes the first city in Latin America and one of the first in the world to integrate and promote this new technology and set the standard for how other countries in the region should use blockchain technology for the benefit of their people. Because eventually what the international banking families want, which are the rich men, is they want everyone micro C-hipped, because that is the total form of total control. It's a way to subjugate the world, and allow them to be their God, and to be able to have total control over everybody and everything when you control all of their assets, all of their money, everything. It says Buenos Aires is launching the Institute and controversies surrounding data collection programs last month. Kenya ordered the suspension of the WorldCoin WLD project, which offers free crypto to people who get their eyeball scanned over privacy concerns. But ZK Sync says the digital ID program in Argentina prioritizes privacy and is capable of protecting users' data. With ZK Zinc and Ethereum, As the backbone of this program, personal data stored on chain helps mitigate identity theft and personal information attacks that are often associated with centralized data storage technology. Now, remember, when they introduced the bill of the Federal Reserve, they made certain provisions so that the people that were voting for it can feel comfortable enough to use it. Then afterwards, they added, the necessary provisions or amendments that they needed, to push forward their agenda. Now, this happens to be, the actual headline and the place where I got it from. So just in case you were wondering, that way you can, if you want to go grab it. And I read the whole article. It's very short. And all of these, everything that you see is based off of control, based off of monetary or economic control of the people of the world. Remember, they want the whole world in debt. All right? And that debt would be something that would help, keep everybody, in check. All right? Because debt slavery is slavery, nevertheless. Now the other one is from Cryptagon.com. I'll show you that one also. It says Putin to stage first nationwide exercise simulating nuclear attack from the West. And I'll show you that in case you want to go grab that also. All right, and you can pause the video and get the information on it. It says, this is dated September 29, 2023. In other news, massive emergency alert tests will sound alarm on U.S. cell phones, TVs, and radios on October 4th. Notice October also. They're launching the blockchain-based digital identification services in South America to these 15,000 people in October. All right. So it says this is a test. This is only a test, but it's going to be one very big test. On Wednesday, October 4th at 2:20 p.m. Eastern Time, every TV, radio, and cell phone in the United States should blare out the distinctive, jarring electronic warning tone of an emergency alert accompanied by a notice along these lines. This is a nationwide test of the emergency alert system issued by the Federal Emergency Management Agency, which is FEMA, covering the United States from 1420, which is 220, to 1450, which is 250 hours Eastern Time. This is only a test. No action is required by the public. Then it says, via Metro. It says, it is scheduled to take place on October 3rd and will see Vladimir Putin's regime. See, this is also taking place in October. We'll see Vladimir Putin's regime present the West as a nuclear aggressor. So they're doing a test as if America was the aggressor from the West, shooting nuclear missiles at Russia and what they would do in that case, in that scenario. It says the one-day nuclear attack exercise, which has only ever been done region by region, will include preparation for the destruction of up to 70% of Russian housing stock and life support facilities. It will assume the scenario that martial law has been introduced in Russia and that it has gone through full mobilization. The scenario for the test reads, in some constituent entities, regions of the Russian Federation, a result of emergencies or other types of physical impact, complete destruction of life support facilities and up to 70% of the housing stock is possible. All right? So this is all taking place in October, and it would be very beautiful for something to just pop off, man. Just to end this monotonous rut, this madness that's going on, this plague, that has encompassed the whole entire planet Earth, once and for all. Now I'm just going to leave you with one precept. This is in the book of 2nd Ezra, which, brothers already know. We're going to go to the 9th chapter, because there's going to be a lot, it's going to be a lot of things going on, and some people are going to go first, some people are not. You know, we spoke about civil war breaking out in America. This guy, Mike Adams, was interviewing Doug Thornton, you know, which was a former leader of the Department of Homeland Security. I forgot the name of the group, but you know, he was a part of that. You know, and they were talking about, you know, a civil war breaking out in America, you know, because of, you know, the blatant disregard for the constitutional rights of the so-called quote-unquote American people. So this is 2nd Ezra chapter 9 verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure out a time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Right, and the world is being visited by the prophecies, by plagues, by pestilence, famines, earthquakes, destructions, floods, you know, all many different things that the Lord is using to let the world know that, you know, the prophecies are being fulfilled and coming to pass every day. It says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, which you see plenty of, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest, even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings in wonder and powerful works, and ending in effects and signs. And what does the Lord do? He tells it to his prophets to speak the word before they actually come to pass. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 42 and verse 9. It says, behold, the former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare. Before they spring forth, I tell you of them. Right, and who does he tell that to? To the prophets, to give warning to Israel, and to let the nations know where they're going. You know, and then after that, he brings forth the judgment. Let's go real quick to Hosea chapter 6 and verse 5. It says, therefore have I hewed them. It says, therefore have I hewed them by the prophets. I have slain them by the words of my mouth, and thy judgments are as the light that goeth forth. And we're seeing it crystal clear, plain as day. You know, so what more proof do you need that the MOTB is the micro C here? The whole world is going in that direction. You know, and what more proof do you need that World War III is prophetic in the scriptures and it's coming? You know, so all of these things are happening. There's so much stuff going on in the world. You know, and the brother sent me a text. He said he's going to keep an eye out, you know, for that situation out there in Argentina. You know, with the whole cryptocurrency, digital ID system that they got going on down there. They say it's the first country or in the world to actually implement that system. You know what it is. Everything is in place. Everybody's already used to, you know, using eye scans, palm scans, thumb prints, you know, and all of that to pay for goods. You know, waving the chip from their card over readers that are reading it, and they're making it a lot more, you know, a lot more convenient for the people to make those payments that way than other ways. That's why they make people wait on longer lines and you have to pay cash. You know, and that's why when you do use other methods of payment, you have such a hard time, you know, doing it, because they want the micro C-HIP is going to be presented as a convenience. You know, and this is why they're offering people money to do this and to do that, you know, because they know that that's a good motivation for people outside of fear. If you promise them money for doing a particular thing, most people are going to go for it because they're not going to have the ability to distinguish between, you know, not taking these devices, you know, or avoiding them, you know, than taking them. And that's why they're going to be in the world of hurt, so to speak. You know, so, you know, we're living in some interesting times. What more proof do you need? You know, but to the false prophets, they're going to keep on, you know, teaching false prophecies. But the real prophets are going to continue on, beginning with Great Millstone, are going to continue on teaching what we've been teaching until the Lord bring the destruction of this place, and let the world know that what we've been telling them are an actual and factually the truth and prophecies of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. You know, remember, we have a more sure word of prophecy. You know, so with that, you know, I pray that you brothers and few sisters have been edified. If you want to check out those two articles, feel free. You can type it up. Like I said, you can just pause the video at that point and just, type what you see, and you'll be able to get it. So with that, I pray that you brothers and few sisters have been edified. Till the next time I say Shalom.